Akari Watanabe offers rice to Jiro, our MC, and asks him if guys prefer a girl like Sakurazaka who is innocent and family-oriented. MC wonders why she asks this question. She follows up with a question about what a girl has to do to make him happy. MC tells him that it is useless to ask for his opinion. He reaches for the food, but Akari blocks his chopsticks and reminds him that he promised to help her. She tells him that he will have no dessert unless he answers her question. She stands up and leans over the table toward MC to convince him. MC decides to think about it. He glances at the food beside Akari and suggests a homemade bento made with love. Akari pinches his cheeks and smiles as she realizes that the idea might work. She asks MC to help while he massages his red cheeks. MC walks with Akari carrying groceries as he is forced to help her prepare a bento box. The censor notices their activity and increases their points to 18. Akari prepares an assortment of dishes for dinner. MC takes a bite of the omelette and happily admits it's delicious. He, however, says her prefers a sweet rolled omelette. She tells him it is not about her preference but for Manami. MC retorts that she should not ask for his opinion. Akari points to the mini hamburgers and salad, which she tells MC are her masterpieces. She points out that she needs a kitchen appliance to make a rolled omelette. At school, Sadaharu sees the bento box Akari prepared and is surprised by its beautiful contents. He admires how lucky MC is that he sometimes asks God what he has done for him. MC points out that everything with Sadaharu and his virtual girlfriend are doing fine. Sadaharu tells him that there is no love. He tells MC that he was nervous to eat together and checks on his virtual girlfriend, Mina Hashimoto. He realizes that it is noon already and everything has become routine. He compares it to logging into a game to collect rewards. MC notes that he should have rewards. Sadaharu stares at him. MC asks what's wrong, and Sadaharu explains that his personal relationship is as complicated as porn manga. He does not want to hear his thoughts on relationships. He can hurry up and play with his hot wife until they get injured. MC raises his voice, reminding him not to say something that might be mistaken by others who hear him. Sadaharu continues his tirade and tells him that losing his virginity is not risky. He notes that hot girls in the harem are seducing him, but MC never yields. He seems to be the male lead in the harem anime. Sadaharu asks MC if things from the anime are real. MC teases him by telling him that at home Akari wears very little and MC's self-control should be praised for living with her under the same roof. MC ends their conversation as they are still having lunch, and this may make things awkward with Akari when he gets home. Akari suddenly appears and asks MC what is wrong with her. Sadaharu's glasses pop as he wonders what did she hear from them. MC covers up for them and tells Akari they were talking about Tanabe, not Watanabe. Akari buys this and asks how was the bento. MC praises the asparagus bacon but still tells her that she prefers a sweet rolled omelette. Akari reminds him that his preference does not matter. He retorts that she should not ask for his opinion then. Akari presses him for more feedback regarding the bento and Sadaharu starts cleaning up. Sadaharu witnesses the exchange between them and is inspired to make a poem. Standing in front of me, the lovers quarrel. I'm not jealous. We'll see. That night, MC plays with his game and the characters in-game are planning to work together to win. The next day, MC is awakened by Akari's preparation of Manami's bento. She plans to bring it to his workplace and MC is happy that she is finally going to do it. His stomach starts growling and Akari feeds him a rolled omelette. He asks if it is okay as it was meant for Manami. She assures him that it is the edge piece, so it is fine. He takes the omelette and realizes that it is really not the sweet kind he likes. The censor increases their points once again. MC ponders the thought of his fake wife. Akari is making bento for another man, Manami, who is the fake husband of his crush, Shiori. When Akari finishes her bento, MC tells her that it is too fancy. But she reasons that it is better than being insignificant. MC notes that she spent hours dressing up just to deliver the bento. He realizes that she has dolled up to see Manami, so much unlike when she goes out with him. Akari prepares to leave, but she stammers as she asks MC to tell her to have a good day before she departs, just like the other day. MC is shocked and is wondering if she means the kiss they had. He makes an excuse that he is not ready yet, which puzzles her. She again reminds her that he promised to support her. Still thinking about the kiss, MC asks if it is a good idea as Akari is going to meet with Manami. She blushes and tells him she wants it. As MC moves closer, he is mesmerized by her beautiful face. A doorbell interrupts them and MC gets the door. Shiori enters and gives both of them apple pie. Akari opens it and Bocchi and MC are amazed by her baking. She thanks them and tells them it was Manami's request as he seems to like sweet food, so she baked according to his preference. This surprises and saddens Akari. Shiori notices the beautiful bento made by Akari and asks if they are going on a picnic. MC hesitates to answer while Akari admires the beauty of the pies. As Shiori leaves, she thinks about the picnic with a handmade bento Akari and MC is going to have. MC ends up eating the bento as Akari is in the living room curled up on the couch with her head buried behind her knees. MC tries to cheer her up. Akari now realizes that Manami also likes sweet food. MC also suggests that she can also find out Manami's favorite food too. But she feels defeated as her idea about cooking for Manami ends in failure. Her vulnerability is observed by MC and he sees the strong Akari for the first time in a depressing mood. He starts telling her about all her good qualities. She is cheerful and straightforward. She is very friendly with everyone and is popular among the guys. Everyone thinks of her as great. Akari asks MC what is so great about her. MC stammers but continues that she is fine, pretty, and hot. She is fashionable, so it is every guy's dream to have. MC stops himself before saying any more as he realizes its inappropriateness. He apologizes to her and tells her it's like celebrities and guys have ranking on them. Akari asks him, what does he think of her? MC admits that he has not thought of it. Akari calls him a liar and pushes him down on the sofa. She gets on top of him and asks if he ever thought of doing this with her. MC is dumbstruck as she asks how many times has he thought about it. MC stammers and asks her to pause. She asks him why. She takes his hands and places them on her shoulder. She guides his hand as she lets her sleeves slide off her shoulders. MC's eyes widen as he cannot believe this is happening to him. He thinks that it seems like porn manga and wonders if he can really lose his virginity. MC feels strange and is very anxious. He grabs both her arms and stops her. He gets up and tells her that she should do this kind of stuff with someone he likes. In his mind, MC is kicking himself for stopping her since it was a chance for him to leave his virgin image behind. Akari asks if he doesn't want to. MC points out that she has Manami on her mind. She replies that he also has Shiori in his. She is disappointed and steps back from him. She tells him that they should not be husband and wife anymore. MC narrates that was how they broke up. He questions how it became like this. They start living separate lives and the censor shows a grade of 5 because of this. He reflects that it is his fault for getting carried away. Their score keeps going down as time passes. At the end of the month, Shiori and Manami gets to a rank. He is admired by the girls as he can cook. He downplays this and tells them that he and Shiori take turns in cooking. Shiori seems sad but does not tell him, but she observes that Jiro and Akari got to 78th place. Sadaharu surprised MC in the restroom as he is curious about the result. He wants to know the reason, but MC wants to be left alone. He ponders how to solve this situation. He had thought Akari was playing another trick on him, as she usually mocks him when he takes her seriously. He recalls that her hands were cold and shaking during that time. He sensed her nervousness and hesitation just like what he felt. It seems that she is doing it for the first time. He recalls what she almost told her about all the guys wanting to have sex with her. He realizes that he is the worst person ever for treating Akari the way he did. They encounter Shiori as they leave the restroom. She asks to talk to MC alone. They go to the rooftop. Shiori asks if something happened between Akari and him. MC admits it but is not sure if it was a fight or if they are not getting along. He thinks he misunderstood her but has not had the chance to apologize. It seems that Akari also did not want to talk to him. Shiori points out that Akari and MC are living together and spends many hours together. Akari will most likely be able to know what he thinks. She smiles and tells him that they are now even. MC realizes how she has helped him again and that he really cannot beat her. She reminds him that they are childhood friends. MC laughs and realizes that everyone will know what happened to him because of the end-of-month evaluation. Shiori looks at him lovingly and silently admits she is jealous. MC returns to the dormitory and finds food ready. The sensor shows a score of 0, and MC looks at Akari's door. He builds up the courage to knock at her door, telling her he wants to talk to her. She opens the door and invites him in. He enters the room but notices Akari is seemingly not interested in what he has to say. MC apologizes to her. She tells him it's fine and he is not wrong. MC admits it was his fault, and Akari tells him not to make her say it out loud. She puts on the white blanket and covers her head as she does not want to talk about it. She tells MC to forget what has happened between them. MC explains that she may have misunderstood him. He tells her that it was not that, he did not want to do it, but since he is a man and admits he has many sexual fantasies, as she had said, if he does experience sex, he would be very lucky. Akari stops him and says he should not say it out loud as it is sexual harassment. She also points out he is talking about it inside a girl's room. He is being insensitive, which is why he is still a virgin. MC agrees with her observations but tells her the reason he, himself, does not know the reason he stopped her. He just feels that she should be treasured. Akari blushes. MC continues that if they had done it during that time because of the atmosphere and excitement, he would not have gotten over it. Akari asks him what he means. He tries to explain at that moment that he hates the awkwardness of their current situation. He wants to be able to talk with her and eat together like before. He asks her to give him a chance. He takes the blanket off her head and tells her that he hopes she can be his wife. They stare into each other's eyes. MC realizes what he just said. He pulls back and stammers as he clarifies that he means his wife in the couple practical course. He knows that Akari likes Minami, and he does not want to be in the way. She laughs at his proposal. He reminds her that it was she who wanted to stop being husband and wife. She tells him that it is impossible to stop as it is a school requirement. This exasperates MC. She smiles and tells him to blame the atmosphere. MC angrily tells her how troubled he was. Akari holds his hands and stops him. She tells him that married life is interesting. She takes both his hands and places them on her cheek and tells him he likes him very much. This confuses MC. She asks him if he likes her too. He moves in to kiss her, but she closes his hands and he ends up kissing his own hand. She smiles and tells him she is just kidding. She tells him that the spur of the moment is sometimes important too. She welcomes him home. MC leaves her room. Akari steps out to the balcony and wonders why she said she liked Juru aloud by accident. The next day at school, the class is in the gymnasium. Akari and her friends, Saki and Natsumi, are discussing the results of the couple's practical course. Saki and her partner scored B and they both want to reach A to change their partners. Natsumi comments that if Ryo was in the same school, she could not bear him switching partners every time he got an A. Akari says it's hard to get an A, as it is hard to live with a stranger and pretend to be a couple. The coach interrupts them and tells them to concentrate on the game. MC is with Sadaharu and he stares at Shiori. Sadaharu notices this. Cheers from their classmates interrupt them as they see Minami scoring in the basketball game. Sadaharu admires Minami to the annoyance of MC. He looks and sees Akari happily cheering for Minami and Shiori looking on from the sidelines as well. He becomes gloomy as Sadaharu points out that Minami is very different from them. Akari and her friends talk about a circulating rumor that Minami and Shiori are not changing their partners even if they got a grade of A. Saki believes that the school would want students to change partners as this would be practice for the future. Akari points out that it is annoying as it is like constantly changing spouses. Her friends tell her it is not the time to think this way as if everything continues, Minami and Shiori might fall for each other. Akari says it's okay. She says it's only been a month. Both her friends become excited by this and admire her cunning. But this is noticed by the coach and he scolds them again. MC continues to be depressed as Sadaharu teases him that it is a good thing for Shiori to partner up with a hot guy like Minami. MC questions his loyalty. MC watches and imagines Minami to be a hero in an anime while he is a lowly peasant in the story. Minami vanquishes the demon while he gets blasted by a monster. The town celebrates the heroic deeds of Minami and attracts both Akari and Shiori while he watches from a distance. He laments the unfairness of it all while Sadaharu tries to cheer him up. MC leaves the gym and Shiori catches up with him. She notices his expression and asks if he is tired or worried about the practical course. She thinks he fought with Akari again. MC denies this and she is happy as Akari is a nice person, so he should be nice to her. MC hesitates to tell her the reason for his sadness. He asks her if she will stay with Minami. Inside the gym, Akari is cleaning up as punishment for disrupting the class. She is surprised to see Minami as she backs into the shelves. A box falls from the top. Minami rushes in and saves Akari from the falling object. He ends up being on top of her. Both of them recover and Minami apologizes for calling her out suddenly, causing the accident. Akari is self-conscious and feels he might hear her heartbeat pounding in her chest. Minami apologizes and asks if she is hurt. She looks at him and realizes that she is still attracted to him, but seems to doubt her feelings. Minami turns to leave and she uses this opportunity to ask if he will stay with Shiori. He says that if it is okay with Shiori, it is okay with him. This makes her tear up. When Minami notices it, she blames the dust getting into her eyes. He gets closer to her and holds her chin. She turns away, but he uses both his hands to hold her cheek and turn them towards him. He instructs her to look into his eyes. Sadaharu is looking for MC at the gym and accidentally spots Minami and Akari from behind. From his vantage point, they seem to be kissing. Outside, Shiori tells MC that changing partners is something she cannot decide on her own. MC apologizes for his rude question and praises Minami for being a great guy. She, however, is willing to do something if he gets a ranking of A, but changes the subject when she starts blushing. MC musters the courage to ask her to change partners, but he is interrupted by Sadaharu. He wants to share with him his discovery, which he feels is like finding all Southeast cards when you bulk buy game card packs. MC grabs him and wants him to leave or he will kill him. Sadaharu is seemingly encased in a game card and realizes they are also in the middle of something. MC asks what he means by this. He starts to tell him about what he thought he saw with Akari and Minami, but both exit the gym and interrupts him. Game card Sadaharu turns and says it's nothing. MC notices Akari's face is red and she turns away from him. He notes how the atmosphere had changed. Sadaharu realizes he is an odd man in the complicated situation. He wants to use laughter to diffuse the situation, but is afraid as if it does not work with the girls around his high school life would be ruined. Minami breaks his thoughts as he says he is looking for him. He gives him the key to the gym as he is the PE officer. Minami and Shiori leave together as they have to submit some reports due that day. MC witnesses their exchange while Sadaharu tries sneaking past him. MC is looking worriedly at Akari. Sadaharu notices this but leaves and wishes MC luck. He approaches Akari, but she brushes him off and tells him to go back to class. In between class sessions, MC overhears Akari's friends mentioning that she had to go home early due to a cold. He gets his game console and plays. In his game, his hero is told by Ranchia to leave her be as he wants to be with Q-Chorus. As he is deciding what to choose, Sadaharu hovers around him. His actions distract our MC and he presses the leave Ranchia's choice by accident. He is deflated by his choice but asks Sadaharu what he wants as he keeps his game console. He hesitantly tells him what he saw in the gym. MC lowers his head and dismisses him. He tells him it has nothing to do with him. Sadaharu leaves and MC glances at Minami and mentally congratulates Akari. He goes home and sees Akari laying down on the sofa. He tells her he learned she caught a cold and inquires if she has a fever. Akari continues to be silent. MC plops down beside her and apologizes for not being Minami. This gets her attention. She sits up and asks why he mentions Minami all of a sudden. MC stammers, but Akari badgers him with questions, so he has no choice but to say it. He sighs and loosens his tie as he tells her that he learned she has gotten closer during PE class. He congratulates her and tells her that it is great. She is puzzled by this. MC asks her rhetorically if she will kiss someone when she is happy. This continues to baffle Akari. MC tells her that someone saw them hugging in the gym. He is happy for her that she and Manami are now a couple. She tries to explain, but he persists in trying to congratulate her despite feeling miserable about it. Akari laughs aloud and breaks his stupor. She explains how Manami was trying to blow dust from her eyes. MC turns red and silently plans to kill Sadaharu for the fake news. She informs him that she was devastated when she learned he was not changing partners, but MC, believing a rumor, made her laugh. He explains that she had been working so hard on getting Manami. He had hoped she would get something in return. She calls him an idiot and tells him it's so funny but starts to shed tears. MC sees this and grabs her shoulders. He sees her with tears in her eyes. Akari pushes him away as she does not want to see her crying. MC decides to give her a hug. He tells her he cannot see anything anymore. She hugs him back and starts crying hard. After a while, Akari takes a shower while MC looks outside the window. He feels he has done something stupid to Akari. He realizes that he had escaped previously as she fell asleep, but now he has to face her. He knows she might be annoyed by being hugged by a boy she did not like. Akari gets out of the shower and tells him she borrowed his shirt. He is shocked as she had used the boyfriend's t-shirt trick. She grabs a popsicle stick from the fridge, turns on the TV, and sits beside MC. She leans on him. MC's mind starts racing. He tries hard not to look at her sucking on the popsicle stick and her cleavage being seen. He tells her that she should take care of her image as he has difficulty with where to look. She teases him more and asks if he is interested in her, but he tells her he is used to her ways already. She nestles her head on his chest and calls him a liar as his heart is beating so fast. MC is shocked. He stands and imagines knocking on a bancho rapidly to eliminate his worries. As he seats, he feels he would lose before the 180th knock. Akari calls him weird and finishes off the popsicle. MC asks her to stop teasing him and just show up in front of Manami, wearing what she is wearing. He is sure Manami will be interested in her. She asks if she is jealous and calls him adorable. He tells her to dress up as she might catch a cold in her outfit. Akari asks if MC thinks she had kissed other boys before. She tells him that she is not that kind of girl. She tells him that she has only kissed him. She emphasizes that she only knows how it feels to kiss him. MC blushes and Akari calls him an idiot for kissing her on the lips. She nags him for the bad experience of her first kiss. However, MC drifted back into his game, where he seemingly went back to Rankia. Akari continues to shake him from his daydream as he realizes he is over the moon for being Akari's first kiss. With this, we end our video. Stay tuned for the next part and watch our other quality contents. Stay safe. Bye.